Pronto?
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 Bling, bling, bling.
Pronto?
Pronto? Welcome to our casa, and today we're making SUPPLì al telefono. And before we get started, let me remind you to subscribe to our channel, like our videos, and ring the bell to get notifications on future videos. SUPPLì is the ultimate Roman street food, and you're probably familiar with its Sicilian cousin, Arancini, which is also a delicious little fried snack filled with rice and other kind of goodies. And we recommend a 2-day prep for both of these, but they do have different preparations. So last night we put olive oil in our cast iron Dutch oven, and then we're gonna add 6 ounces of ground beef just to brown it. When the meat gets brown and releases its liquids, we add 14 ounces of tomato sauce. We let the sauce and the meat cook together for a few minutes just to really incorporate all of those flavors together. After that, we add 1 cup of arborio rice. Now you stay continuously stirring your rice so it doesn't stick to the bottom. And gradually add your choice of broth. Today we're going to be using our Parmigiano broth that we made in our nudie video. You're going to cook it just like you'd cook a risotto, adding a little bit at a time, waiting for it to get absorbed into the rice before you add more. I ended up using 2.5 cups of broth. Once the rice is fully cooked, you can take off the flame, add 1 tablespoon of butter. This was a recommendation from an actual Roman, not my idea, guys. And 1 cup of Parmigiano Reggiano. Stir all until it gets combined. Mantecatura is what they call it in Italian. Then you're gonna let it cool for as long as it takes. After that, we place it into an airtight container and we put it in our fridge to rest overnight. Let's start prepping the mozzarella. So usually you want to cut them into cubes so they fit nicely in your rice, but we're going to make them a little bit bigger into a cube, rectangular piece of mozzarella. So now our mozzarella is ready. Let's take out our rice and start forming our SUPPLì. Okay, so you want to make sure your hands are wet when you start this. You're going to spoonful some of that rice mixture, and we're going to shape it into a little football shape to start. Now you're going to press in the center, kind of hollow it out. We're going to take our mozzarella cube, push it down in there, and close the rice around the mozzarella. We don't want it too pointy at the end, so you can always round them out, but we're still looking for a more of a oval and round shape, kind of like a little egg. Making sure there's no seam, everything's seamless, and now you have your SUPPLì. The word SUPPLì actually comes from the French word surprise, which means surprise. When Napoleon was in power and the French army was stationed in Rome, they tried these little fried snacks, and much to their surprise, there was a gooey, melty cheese in the center. And the Romans thought the French were saying SUPPLì. The name eventually changed to SUPPLì al telefono because when you break into it, a cord-like string of cheese comes from when you pull it apart. This is such a romantic Roman tradition, taking your date out and eating some SUPPLì. You know, picture yourself walking around the piazza, sharing a SUPPLì, Lady and the Tramp style. Italians. And the only thing missing here is a nice glass of Rosé. Oh, my Rosé guy's here. Perfect.
Yes. In honor of the SUPPLI's more famous and popular cousin Arancini, we're opening today a rosé from the beautiful sunny Sicily. This is rosé season, and we know one thing for sure: New York City loves its rosé.
Rosé all day.
Rosé all day. But one thing that most people don't know is how the rosé wine is made. How you get that color rosé, which is in the middle in between red and white wines. We have basically 4 different techniques and methods to do rosé. The first one is called maceration, which just consists in leaving grape skin into the wine juice. The grape skin is the one that gives wine its color, so the longer the skin are gonna macerate into the wine juice, the redder the color will be and stronger the structure will be. The second technique, and it's the wine we're drinking today, it's called direct pressing. The grapes are slowly pressed, so during the pressing phase, the contact between skin and grape gives the wine its color. Usually the skin doesn't have a long contact with the grapes, so the color of these wines are usually the lightest, very light pink. Then we have the saignée method, the method you regularly use to make red wines. At some point of the process, the winemaker extract or bleed some of the juice out of the tank, and this is gonna become rosé, while the rest of the wine in the tank keep going and ferment as a red wine. The last technique is just blending, which is blending white and red wine post-fermentation. This technique is prohibited in PDO European winemaking. It's only allowed for champagne. So the champagne rosé that you see around are just made blending red and white wine after the fermentation process. The wine we're drinking today, again, is the fruit of a slow press technique, and it's produced by a winemaker called Gracci. Mamma mia.
They look good.
Oh God. Certified organic, these vineyards are located on the north slope of the Mount volcano Etna. You can see its magnificence here with the city of Catania at its feet. The wine is made in concrete tanks that gives this wine a characteristic of freshness and crispness. So let's try it.
Look at this beautiful color. It's almost like copper. So nice.
Granato.
I'm excited about this. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you again, Martina and Massive Noise team. Always bringing the best wine.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Love it.
Oh.
Love it. Love it.
It's so nice. Now we are ready to bread these little cuties. We're gonna crack 2 eggs. Whisk your eggs up. You're going to take your SUPPLI, coat it in the egg, nice and wet, and then roll it in your breadcrumbs. We're ready to fry our SUPPLI. We're going to start by adding oil to a smaller saucepan. Basically, we have to cover the entire SUPPLI, so that's going to use a lot of oil. So it's better to use a pot with a smaller circumference so you don't end up using 20 gallons of oil. We want our oil to get in between 320 to 350, and now we're ready to add our first little, oh yeah. After 6 to 7 minutes, we have perfection.
We do.
Take it over to your landing station.
Right.
Okay. Ooh, it's hot. We can edit. Oh, this is oh boy. Oh no, this is a bad idea. This is a bad idea.
Oh yeah.
I'm in love.
Suppli è the best.
Wow. Remember to subscribe, like, comment below, ring the bell. Ciao.
Lights off.